Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort B, Devo with PaPa Neal. Tonight I have a special guest with us, a personal friend of mine that I've known for about 8 years or so, but recently got reconnected, and he is here in East Winter Garden area, near where Fort Barachel is, in fact, almost right across the street from us. So this is Pastor Coop, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions so you get to know him and actually about his ministry and how you can get involved here as well. Thanks for being on with Devo at PaPa Neal.
My pleasure.
Pastor Coop, tell me, where were you born? Where were you?
I'm an Arkansan. I was
Okay.
born and raised in Arkansas, in the southeast corner. It's called
Yep.
the Arklamish, where Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana come together there.
Got it.
Very rural, very country part of the state, which I just absolutely love.
Yeah, good. Siblings, do you have any?
I'm the oldest. I have a brother and a sister. My brother is the middle. My sister is the baby.
Ah. And I know recently your mom just passed away, and
Yeah.
y'all were together
Yeah.
for that. And,
Yeah, after 75 years, she was 75.
Wow.
She'd been 76 on her birthday. So,
Okay.
Sometimes they say that's young, but
As I'm getting closer to it, and we're getting closer,
Yeah,
it is getting
it
young.
is
Yeah,
young.
it is young. So, what's the highlight of your childhood? What's something that stands out?
well, I grew up in Arkansas. I'm 60 years old, so that was eons ago. Life was very simple then. We played. We lived on 45-acre piece of property that belonged to us, and so
Wow.
we spent a lot of time in the woods. We
Woods,
spent
yeah.
a lot of time playing.
Yeah.
It was a farm, so of course we had to work, but being able to leave home in the afternoon around 2 o'clock and not come back until
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
2 o'clock at night, and that whole time was spent in the woods
Yeah.
playing and
Yeah.
doing stuff was fabulous.
Did you build a fort? Did you ever have a tree house? Or
No,
anything,
we had
or-
tree houses.
Okay,
Yeah,
a tree house. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
We would do that.
Some creek fishing?
We did a lot of fishing, a lot of
Yeah.
swimming in the pond. We did a lot of hunting for different kind of fruit-bearing trees, because there were walnut trees and pecan trees and in the acreage. And so as kids, we would find them.
Okay.
And know where they are, and then we knew
Yeah.
when they would ripen and what about time was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's how we'd pick them and then bring them home, and they would cook them and all that. But
Okay.
it was a world
Yeah.
long ago.
So this is a great question. If you had a chance to remember something in your childhood that could be a storyline for a movie or a TV sitcom, what would that be? What would it be? What would something event in your life?
I don't know. Growing up, what we did, there were basically two families. My family owned all the property on one side of the road,
Okay.
and the Johnson family owned all the property on the other side of the road for 40 to 80 acres. And so those two families were the dominant families
Okay.
in there. And I'm the only child that was born from those two families.
Okay.
And so it would be interesting. I think a great storyline would be the difference in those families, and the fact that only one woman, one man produced a child
Right.
from that, and some of the intricacies of that and all this stuff. I was delivered by a midwife,
Yep.
and she was my great grandmama's sister, and so I found her certificate stubs for all the babies that she delivered.
Wow.
And so who some of the dads are on
Yeah.
the certificates
Yeah.
and not what was.
What was
There's lots of
reported, yeah.
intrigue.
Sure.
And I think that would be an
So a
interesting
big
thing.
storyline.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to your walk with God. When did that start? Where was it? How were you introduced to being a Christ follower?
My family grew up Methodist. We were African Methodist Episcopal Church, AME Church, and very devoted. But then when I turned 8, I started going to a Baptist church because my best friend was the son of a pastor. So I started going to the Baptist church, and because he went, I went, and subsequently joined that church and got saved in that church.
In that church.
And from there, it's been 55 years later.
Yeah. Okay. When was the first time you're preacher now? So when was the first time you actually got to preach?
Yeah. I preached my first sermon about 20 days before my 16th birthday.
Okay.
So I was 15,
Yep.
March, because I was born in March. And at that time, it was pretty, it was pretty standard. It wasn't as
3
different.
points in a poem and
Well,
invitation.
that young kid
Yeah.
would, start preaching 12, 13, 14 years old.
That was
It was kind of something in vogue back then for some reason.
Sure.
But anyway, I did, and there were probably about 900 people at the service where I preached my first sermon, and I gave an invitation that night, and 2 people got saved, and from that day I was hooked.
Awesome.
I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread.
That's awesome.
To preach and people respond.
So you've been in the Winter Garden area how long?
This is year 20.
Okay.
We moved here 2001.
Right.
So I'm coming up on 20 years from Michigan.
From Michigan.
Yeah, we were running from the snow.
That's a lot of Michiganders down here for that. What part of the Mitt? What part of the Mitt did you live in?
I lived right across. If you drew a straight line, you would go right into Milwaukee.
Okay.
So on the other side of the lake, on the Michigan side, but right about the same parallel with me.
So how does planning a new campus of your church here in the East Winter Garden area, how did that start? And I know you do some local ministry opportunities during the week. How is all that combined together?
Yeah, Family Church, formerly FBCW, expanding campus and expanding ministry and looking at the mission. Saw an opportunity to plant a campus in East Winter Garden in connection with the Dream Center. The Dream Center, an outreach ministry of Family Church into a socioeconomically depressed area of East Winter Garden. And one of the corollaries of that is hopefully presenting people the gospel. And having them respond. And so it just kind of would naturally make sense that if you were going to have an outreach ministry, that you would have a place for those people who perhaps come to know Christ to come.
Right.
And so Family Church, East Winter Garden Campus, that's its purpose, is to meet that need.
Good.
And it's been exciting. We're just getting started.
Yeah.
It didn't help to have to shut down for COVID-19 for 3 months. I mean, it's almost, now it feels like we're really just starting because for all intent and purposes, we are pretty much starting from scratch to build it. So we're kind of excited about it, though. We're looking forward to the opportunity of interacting. The Dream Center during the week is a primary driver for outreach ministry, working with single parents and working with some of the elderly back in the community, as well as providing an avenue for people to fellowship and get to know one another, spend time here at the coffee shop. So that as a result of that outreach during the week, we hope to take advantage of that on the weekend and provide a spiritual outlet for people.
Now, are y'all back open on Sundays, or
we just started the initial process? We're at 25% basically. Social distancing. I call it 666, 6 feet in every direction. So just to begin to figure out what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like and what we need to do in the hopes that we eventually will go to 50% certified and back to 100%.
So if someone wanted to join the church or just actually come to it, what time do you meet? And then is there something if they wanted to plug in? How would they do that?
Well, there are 2 things. One, of course, the service meets at 11 o'clock Sunday morning here at the facility. And you're certainly welcome. Anyone's welcome to come as soon as we have capacity. Right now, we're only going to have 30 people in the space. In the room. And they're doing that by invitation, so you have to go online to become part of that. But once that's over, though, you'll be welcome to come on by. And during the week, we have outreach activities through the Dream Center. And
Carol Vera is
Carol is directing that.
Her team is amazing. So.
So that's an opportunity if you want to go into the community, if you want to, serve. I mean, there are always lots of things
Yeah.
that need to be done, but so much of what we're about and who we are, we're really just now beginning to come in. Because if you come by and see the facility, you'll notice that we've done a lot of work on it. It's looking very nice, and really probably September is kind of
Okay.
official launch for the ministry as far as Dream Center outreach, and then Family Church as a result of that.
All right. In the midst of all this going on in the media, what would you say to a young buck? Because we've been doing young buck training for the last 5 weeks or so with Devo at PaPa Neal. Is there something you could tell a young person through your experience or anything that would be how to respond to what's going on? Because a lot of people are confused. There's a lot of emotions on both sides of the road. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, unfortunately, the agenda uh, outcomes are determined by agendas.
Yep.
So whoever sets the
Outlook.
agenda is pretty much going to influence outcomes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the agenda right now is being set by
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
not by believers.
Right.
And
Right.
our response as believers is not appreciated, nor does
Valued.
the world value it, because it seems they see it as less than sufficient to
Yeah.
bring the kind of change they think the world
Sure.
needs to have.
Sure.
So
Sure.
if you're a believer and you're committed to Christ, your values and the way you look at the world in terms of responding by Christ standards
Right.
are not going to be very well received.
Sure.
And you will be castigated, you will be
Yeah.
criticized,
Yeah.
you will not be valued because you are not militant, or you're not suggesting that every category
Every
has to
cat-
apply. So I would say, as I do to people, you respond with your Christian commitment, and you respond with humanity. And if you allow your humanity to respond, you're going to respond to people with kindness. You respond to people with the joy of the Lord, because as believers, that's what we do. That's just what
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
But don't look for understanding from
No.
the world, because
No,
it's not
yeah,
going
they're
to be
not
there.
going to make it. Yeah.
No.
So, hey, this is Pastor Coop. Come and see him here. You can visit during the week at the Dream Center. There's always something going on here and there. But also, when you look online and the Family Church and look for his campus, you can sign up to come in the first 30 or so. Get to come in. Thank you, Pastor
Yeah.
Coop.
Yeah, you can find us at ourfamily.church. That's how you find out where we are.
Okay.
And you'll see information there on the services and when, and whether we are at full capacity or not,
Yes.
and when.
And Dream Center is the actual logo on the outside, and it
Correct.
meets here on Plant Street. And what's the address here?
1136 East Plant,
Okay.
Winter Garden.
All right. So come and check it out. Meet Pastor Coop. Amazing guy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
It was great connecting with Pastor Coop yesterday, and today I just want to remind you that we have some special ops. Our serve op opportunities here in June will be a landscaping opportunity with a local widow here in the town of Winter Garden, and then July will be with Do Good Farms. Josh Taylor and his team have aquaponics as well as year-round gardening, chickens, goats, and even a donkey. You might have seen that last week when we posted the picture. And then let me remind you, the 2-hour appointments that your riders can come, up to 10 riders can come for each 2 hours. Right now, currently, we have a 10 a.m. on Thursday that's full. We have an opening at 1 to 3 on Thursday afternoons, mostly skateboarders. So if you're a skateboarder, that's a great one to plug into. And then Saturday mornings, we have a group from 10 to 12. So that leaves the rest of the week open. If you'd like more information about that, you can call me, PaPa Neal, at 321-689-2617. That's 321-689-2617. Hey, I look forward to talking to you soon, and hopefully you can come ride really soon. And then don't forget Serve Ops, Special Ops. We'll list them on our website. Our website's currently under construction this week, and then you'll see the opportunities to sign up and be a part of it. For more information, just contact me. Hey, talk to you soon.